So I'm sitting here watching and waiting for today's CPI report to hit because that is what the market is waiting for right now. SHIB actually did a couple important things with regards to that test like we were talking about yesterday. And I do want to briefly touch on that in this video, but I think what is even more important is the two breakouts that are happening for Ethereum right now that have historically led us to some nice rallies for ERC20s. Could we be setting up for SHIB's next leg here? So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So SHIB did actually close yesterday's daily candle above this 20-day moving average. That's a pretty big deal. The last time SHIB actually had daily closes above there was all the way back in May. May is not that long ago, but it's a long time ago. It was about 3 weeks ago when SHIB was actually on the bullish side of things. And then we got some negative news across the market and it dropped us. And unfortunately, we just got hit with negative news. Now, fast forward to today. SHIB has been printing a lot of green over the last week. Today is obviously red. There's been some profit taking this morning in anticipation of this CPI report because nobody knows what to expect. The good news is that most of these CPI reports that we have been getting have been beats. So we'll see what happens. Right now, it's about 7:12 a.m. Central Standard Time, so we'll get that news pretty soon. And by the time this video comes out, it will be after that. But there are some great signs happening across the crypto market. First of all, SHIB actually has the first green momentum day that we have seen since all the way back in the middle of May. That is a great positive sign for SHIB after many people have gotten bearish and negative to see a little bit of green momentum starting to take over. What we're also seeing is BTC dominance excuse me, doing that test like we talked about. We've come back down. We actually touched and breached our 50-day moving average on today's daily candle, back above it right now, again, as we've seen some profit taking and market anticipation for this report. But this is a pretty important sign here as well. And again, like I talked about in my ADA video, it's a question of, do we actually breach this and start to move down, or do we get a little bit of a retest and kind of load back up in the market, right? That's the big question. And I'm not a fortune teller. I don't have a crystal ball. So we'll just watch and see how it plays out. But again, we're still sitting at this point where there's a lot of capital, parked on the sideline. That's a question of, do we get enough of a push to get that money moving back in? But there are some important signs happening for Ethereum that need to be noted. Ethereum right now, you remember how we kept talking about ETH getting kind of sandwiched between these two 200-day moving averages on our EMA and our SMA? We're officially broken out right now. Doesn't mean it's a confirmed breakout. Understand that. But we are above this. You could potentially see a retest, maybe a run from there. You could see us fall back into here if we get some negative news in the market. So just pray for no negative news. Pray for a good CPI report. Those are the things that could help us extend here. And why this is so significant is look at these last breakouts for ETH above this 200-day SMA. All right. Lo and behold, November 9th of 2024. What did we do? We rallied in the market. Shiba Inu rallied at that time as well. Just kind of want to rewind and show you guys where we're at here, right? This was SHIB's rally. In fact, that breakout day led us to do a, what was that, 7% move and a, 27% move over the course of 2 days. All right. So we rallied 34% over 2 days for Shiba Inu because of ETH's breakout. Pretty significant thing. Not saying that that's what's going to happen today, but something worth noting. Also, when did it happen back here? October of 2023, right? At the start of the bull market cycle. So this is a pretty big deal. Okay. So we're making the right moves right now in terms of Ethereum. Something I want to show you guys here as well. ETH BTC chart that we talked about. Guess what? Currently broken out. Big deal. Guess what happened last time? That kicked off a major altcoin rally. Yes, we obviously had the COVID crash in there, but this started major runs for ERC20s across the crypto market. Is that what we're going to see again? Maybe. ETH is making some pretty big strides right now. Yesterday, we once again had an institutional edition day, 17 straight days, pretty big deal. But we're making the right moves across the market. And I just want to go back to this. Guys, we're so closely mimicking what we did at the start of the bull market cycle right before SHIB had a major move to the upside. All right. In fact, we had a rally, we had a retest, we had a slight rally here, fighting. Guess what? Guess what we were fighting back then? 20-day moving average. Go figure. We're doing the same exact thing. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to play out the exact same way, but it's worth noting nonetheless. Optics are very similar to what they were at that point. Sentiment very similar to what it was at that point. And guys, I mean, the leverage in the crypto market is setting us up for some pretty big moves. And it's a question of, do we just get enough of that push to get over the hump, to get things moving? Because when we do, that's when SHIB tends to perform its best. And I think this is going to be really eye-opening for a lot of people, because I don't think people realize how great SHIB fundamentals are at this time. And I'm going to give you guys something in my later SHIB video that you really need to see and really need to be aware of. But all I have to say right now is those who have been patient, it looks like, are going to be rewarded. Those who have taken the time to accumulate and prepare themselves. Guys, I bought SHIB just the other day. I'll let you guys know exactly when I did it. I think I got off the video or got off filming the video. I bought SHIB. I actually bought some Pepe too. First time doing that. But I've just, continued to accumulate in all these opportunities, because I understand that there's a time where the market is just going to get away from people. There are so many people that are going to be sidelined. And you know what? That is the exact fuel that can help us rally even further to the upside. That is how you get some of these blow off tops. That's how you trigger adoption. It's all taking place perfectly. And anybody who's telling you different, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. So the question is this the week where we get enough of that push to trigger that? Or do we just have to wait a little bit longer? But that's all I got for you guys. Appreciate you as always. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.